And let's check audio and visual now. How's everybody doing? Let's get to wait for everybody to tune in here. What do we prefer? Slow markets or fast? Well, we don't like them too slow, and I don't like them too fast. Somewhere in between. Goldilocks. 808 JC. Are you from Hawaii? Audio's good. Visual's good. Awesome. Let's get a few things set up. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. All right. As always, welcome to Slow Markets, everybody. I'm Coach Dakota, Coach DBA. As always, in the YouTube chat, there is our Topstep risk disclosure. Everything that you see here on Topstep TV is for educational purposes only. It is not a signals class. It is not financial advice. It's for education. Now let's get to it. How's everybody's day? Doom. Hope Andrew is okay. Yeah, hope so as well. Yeah, Andrew. He is missed. He is always missed. Love having him in the background as a moderator, the jokes and everything. But we have Bruno. We have Bruno here in the chat. And yeah, just like any good relationship, it starts with day one. Right? Maybe the personal choice. Okay. Yep. Rangers lead the way. Look to pass it in front of Barron tomorrow. Hey, whatever this market gives me, okay? I did not really trade. I did not really trade in the New York session. You can see account balance 636. We can take a look at these statistics here. There they are. There's the statistics. You can look at them. Yeah, I mean, not too bad. Like I was saying yesterday, there's not a lot of data to go off of it. And take this with a grain of salt. It's amazing if these statistics would stay the same for a year. But I know they won't. They'll fluctuate. Same with anything. The more data you have, the better it will be. So tomorrow is Coach Jay. We're going to review some trader statistics. Like I said, you come in here, you click on share, you copy the link, share it to where Jay and I will be clicking and holding or reviewing them. And it's going to be a good one. Tomorrow, put that on your calendars. Tomorrow night, we'll be able to review some trader statistics. I'm excited. I'm excited to get back to that. Shout out to my VIP team. Lock the count to tomorrow morning. Plenty of trades during fast market. Yes, Doom. Doom, you're going to be on with us tomorrow, right? You're going to be on with us tomorrow, I think. Someone says, what does the name Dakota originate? So I don't know the details of the reason why my name originates, but I do know it's more of like here in the U.S., Native American, Dakota, like it's like friend or ally. Can't wait to see you, Richard. I'm trying to listen to Dakota. Dakota, what's your average hold time for a trade? I mean, it depends on the trade, right? Slow markets, I hold it longer. Fast markets, more of a scalp. Right now, it looks like 12 minutes to 11 minutes. That's average right now. Like I said, it's only 7 days worth of data. I don't trust this data yet. Got to be data dependent, right? Like the Fed, got to be data dependent when reviewing statistics. That's going to be part of it. I hope we get more fan videos. Nope, Epic. We're going to stay away from that. Yeah, I'm on tomorrow. We're going bananas. That's for sure. Okay, I think we're starting to get everybody in here. Get a few things set up. Like I said, the first few minutes we'll do the introduction. We'll have some good conversation. We'll talk. And let me get a few things set up. I did the risk disclosure, the entry. Like I said, I'm always welcome to feedback, what you want to see more of. Tomorrow, I'm going to be on with Coach Jay. He's going to join me. We're going to do the trader review, the trader statistics. And yeah, I'm excited for that one. And so I got a few more things there we go. I'll wait till the top of the hour. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. And then I look at gold. Those are the two main markets that I do look at. If you want me to look at something else, sure, call it out. If I have time, I'll look at it. Before I was watching crude oil and I was watching the Nikkei. We could go back to talking about that if it's not too crazy. But here's the daily chart. Talk about buy the dip. Buy the dip, the dippity of dips. I mean, what markets go up, right? And so what happened? We just had a little bump in the road, and we were right back on track. So maybe we just continue this line of going up into the right, and you can see how we've just kind of been in this channel like for quite a while, right? Quite a while. And so we broke down below this channel, consolidated for a little bit, broke back into it. So maybe we look for continuation. We're approaching a big round number here in the NASDAQ, 24,000. 24,000 is a very big and a very round number. I mean, last time was 23,000. That was down here. But can we see that tomorrow? Very much so. We could see it tomorrow. We could see it. Heck, we can see it tonight at this rate. We're only 60 points away from it, and we've seen some volatility. But tonight, so far, it seems a little bit quiet, a little muted, a little slow markets. You can see we're started and opened and started very similar to where we're at now. So let's zoom into the daily, or let's zoom into the hourly, if we will. Let's take a look at that. There we go. And here is the hourly chart. What a day. What a day in the NASDAQ. I mean, we did come down to these 600s yesterday. We consolidated, and sure enough, it was simply a higher low. Simply a higher low, and we just rallied like that. That's it, right? It looks like we had inflation data come out. We went up to these 820s, pulled back, and then went right back up, and we rallied, and it looks like it was kind of just a zombie rally for most of the afternoon. And we're kind of consolidating right here in these 940s. Not really much to do when you're at all-time highs, right? It's the same analysis over again. It's the same analysis over again at all-time highs. When you're at all-time highs, you just typically the market makes more than just one, right? You hit all-time high, and then you hit it again, and then again, and then you just do your best to not get caught trying to catch the top. So we are still making all-time highs. It looks like this was the last 10 minutes of the New York session. Then we opened up basically where we are at. We tried to break through and make higher highs. I mean, we hit all-time highs tonight since we opened. You can see where we opened tonight's price action, Wednesday's price action, right, where I have this box at. And then we broke out. We hit all-time highs technically overnight, right? Because this is now overnight's price action. This is Wednesday's. And I mean, we got up to 970. It looked like, man, we almost went for those 24,000s. We came back down. We are now near the New York session highs, right? Let's see. Yeah, the New York session highs is right around these 40s and 50s. Consolidating. I'm not too excited to be jumping into this market yet, right? Patience, process over profits. I still have $300 to go to pass these combines. And so I definitely need to show patience, right? I'm not going to force anything. Let's see where this market wants to take us. But if we highlight the top and bottom of this this session, right? Here's the lows of the session. Here's the highs of the session, and we're right smack in the middle. And you can see this is the high of the New York session. And so we're right there as well. So not a great trade location if you're looking for shorts or longs. Patience, not really much going on. We'll get back to this. We'll always get back to this. You started it Monday? Nope. I started this combine the 5th, whatever days that is. Now let's take a look at gold. Let's take a look at gold. Let's take a look at gold. Looks like we're getting some selling pressure here. Let's take a look at the daily. And yeah, I mean, not really much going on in gold, right? We had kind of a not too directional day here in gold. And we were right back to where we opened up yesterday, right in the middle of this range on the daily. I mean, there's the highs up towards 3,500, the lows 3,300, and we've been hovering around 3,400, which is right in the middle. Nothing too great from the daily, but the hourly tells a little bit of a different story. We've had that major sell-off from 3500s. We had that major sell-off. We have failed to break higher. We did not break higher, which shows me that there's a lot of selling pressure, right? This is a major level of resistance. We're struggling to hold above 3400. And if we do start to sell off, maybe we make a run back down to some of these lows. The first area I would like to see gold, if we do start to sell off, I like to see these 3360s come into play, and then maybe a final stretch coming down and test some of these lows from back in July. And then we know if we do start getting, a more violent sell-off, we still have some lows back in May. 30. That's quite the stretch. There's a lot of support here at these 3300s, right? Some major support there. But maybe we do start to sell off. We're kind of right in the middle of this consolidation. If we want to put a box in this consolidation, we're right in the middle of the consolidation here on gold too. So not too attractive trade location either on gold. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. And see, is there an opportunity here at all yet? We do see a spike in volatility right at the top of the hour, spike in some volume. Maybe we see a movement there. Tonight we're down just a little bit. We opened up, where did we open up? We opened up, so we're down just a little bit. We opened up right around 3,400, right? So we're $5 off that. You can see where we've bounced off these 93s a few times. So let's watch. I'm going to be watching both these markets. It's slow tonight, not a lot of craziness going on. Looking for higher time frames. We look at the news that's coming out. It's going to be quiet, it seems like, very quiet. There's not a lot of crazy news. We have crude oil inventories that, is that going to affect the market? I'm going to say, in my opinion, no, but anything can happen. We have some Fed speakers and some earnings. That's it. And then Wednesday's the big one. I think Wednesday's going to be some more volatility with more inflation data and jobless claims. So maybe we just get a nice calm night. Maybe we look for some higher time frame trades. If gold can hold above these 08s, maybe we do see a nice leg higher. If gold does start to break through these 08s, then I'm going to be looking for these 30s to come into play. That's going to be the first thing on gold is if we get a nice rally up to these above, right, support and resistance. This is a major resistance. If we break out of this resistance here on gold, these 3409s, I'm going to look for a move to the next level. That next level I'm seeing is going to be this consolidation here in these mid 30s, and you can see where gold has came here before a few times, right? Mid 30s is a very attractive location for gold over the past little while. And so if we do start to break, then there could be a nice trade opportunity that I am seeing, right? Very basic, straightforward. However, if gold cannot break above that, then I would be looking for some type of, short back down towards these 64s. So non-biased gold, to be honest, just waiting, seeing, watching, see if there's any opportunities there. And while we do that, let's get to some questions. We've already went through a lot, and it's only been 15 minutes. Wow. Liking NQ short soon. Where's Barron and his XFAs? Tune in tomorrow. I'm sure there'll be some updates. Barron and I are going to be tomorrow for Topstep TV during the day show, and Jay and I for Slow Markets. I do not trade natural gas. Nope, I did not. But we could take a look. We could take a look around some markets while we watch for some gold, and then I could get some. Music on. We could turn some music on. Sure. Nobody asked, but I want to listen to music. I want to listen to music while we're chilling here. Can you look at crude? Yeah, we'll look at crude. We can look at some other ones. All right, here's natural gas from $3. That's been quite a move here in the natural gas. So from $3 down to what, 2,775? Almost an 8% move. That's quite the move here in the natural gas. Just a little ambience, a little ambience noise. 30-point pump on the NASDAQ. Are you talking about since I started this? Since we've started slow markets, we're getting a bounce? Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have. We're seeing a little bit of volatility here. We're gonna set these charts up. Yeah, it's pretty volatile tonight, actually. Yeah, nice little 23 bounce there. ES just fired off too, just now. Next stop, 2400, possibly. McLovin, I see you in the chat talking shit all the time. When are you coming on? Another combine passed. Let's see how long I can keep this one. Just now. Any news tonight? Not really. Nothing yet, but does it mean something can't be popping off? Right? Any headlines? Well, I'm seeing the Asian market likes to take the elevator up and staircase down. Lately, yeah. Yep, lately it's been elevator up and staircase down. McLovin says, I wouldn't downgrade like that. Well, look, you know what? You are a great fan. I enjoy you watching. You are here watching me making comments in the YouTube chat, and I appreciate it. Any word on the Chad rate resets? Not sure on that. I think they use earthquakes. I think they use the earthquakes. Don't have to be good at trading to come on. I've been in a rut for months. I've sent the request to my VIP team. I'm going to be getting some VIP teams to come on as well. Mo, that sarcasm hit hard. Hey, you know, I am no longer calling people haters. They're just fans. It's just a fan. Just a fan. There's always someone who wants to attract attention by insulting others. Yep. It's not an insult. We enjoy their view, enjoy their comments. Where else would we want them, right? What better place is there, right? There's no better place than to be tuning into slow markets. Where else would you want to be? Nowhere else. Nowhere else. So, yeah, they're fans. They're fans. It's fan. Dakota, you're good. Let them. Yeah, McLovin's right there. Right there. More fan. More fan stuff. All right, we're starting to get to the top of the hour. We have about 10 minutes. And 10 minutes. So let's get this done. Let's get the plugs in. Let's go through hashtag slow markets. There is the Twitter. Let's do some good ones tonight. Okay, chat. Let's do some good ones. Some appropriate hashtag slow markets right there on the Twitterverse. And yeah, there was some wild ones last night. That is for sure. And there's the Instagram. I'll go ahead and get that one pinned. I'm trying to get my numbers pumped up and doing a lot more from there. Let's get that. Slow markets is chill. Yeah, slow markets are chill. This is it's more chill vibe. Charts after dark. We find trade opportunities. If there isn't, we have some good conversations, do some education. When I get Coach Jay on here, we're able to do trader statistics. Every once in a while, there's some good trades. We talk statistics, right? We go over stats. You know, these stats, shout out to you, McLovin. Eat your heart out. Yeah, and you know, have fun conversation, right? There's no hate. It's always fun. It's always fun to have the occasional, you know, contrarian in the YouTube chat. I think Jack said it best this morning during Topstep TV during the day show. It's like, we welcome anybody on. If you have a contrary opinion on something, you're more than welcome to, you know, join me. Definitely join me. Have some good conversation. Heck, you don't even have to come on air. We can just have some good conversation. Talk through trades. Talk through trading. I like slow markets because I can't sleep, low key. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. beginning stage, even Wright said. An intro. I have my intro, right? This is my intro. Ready? This is the intro for slow markets. I like it. I like it. I'm always looking for things to freshen up. All right, let's see what we got for some hashtag slow markets while we're waiting for the top of the hour. And so here's the first one. I cannot show this name, but I will show the setup. I'll show the setup. So this is a pretty clean desk. It got the easy button. You got the easy button. I like that. And that's the same. That's the same one I have. That's a Scarlett, right? Is that a Scarlett for a mic for auto? Have the book map up like that one. Let's get to a few more. Let's get to a few more, and then we'll get back to these markets. Looks like traders are always there. I mean, this might be a small group of them, but slow markets, 432, 543, trading it up. Future markets are open 23 hours, Sunday night through Friday afternoon, and you're seeing it here. Here's what, SJR trades in the XFA up $700 tonight. It looks like a few good winning days, $1,000, 1,000. So, and this is in that XFA up 5,500 from that. So great work on that. And I love seeing the community just put in the work. Put in the work. There's no substitute from putting in the work. Even if you're not trading. Even if you're not trading, like look at what AJ Controller says. Listening to you while I'm running back test scripts. You don't have to trade at this time. You could tune in, you could ask a question like, yeah, I've been really wondering what is a 3-bar reversal? Then you come in, you could ask it, or you could be like, man, I don't really have anything else to do with my life. I'm just going to come in and say, hey, and troll. I welcome both. Do you trade gold and crude more than NASDAQ during slow markets? If so, why? I trade gold and NASDAQ the most during slow markets. That's all I've been trading is gold and the NASDAQ. Gold's been pretty volatile at this time of night. We've been seeing some decent moves here in gold, usually at the top of the hour. So in about 5 minutes, we've been seeing some decent opportunities in gold. So I'm actually going to keep an eye on gold tonight. Can you show us the so-called order block? Coach Jay is better with understanding order blocks. I'm definitely a technical trader. Technicals are my thing. Here's the next one. Hashtag slow markets. Got the dog. Got the chair. Wait, is this a massage chair? Stephen Beck. Got the slow markets going. Well, I mean, I don't look at order blocks. I mean, what's your definition of an order block? Is it a technical thing? Support, resistance. I have severe OCD. Let's see. That's it. I'm Googling it. Is an order block a technical? Enter that chat. Are order blocks technical analysis? Because I don't. If you could see on a chart, then it's technical. I'm a chart technical analysis. Chart. I'm trying to think of the right word. Is that, can it be narrowed down to just support and resistance? Could it be just narrowed down to support and resistance? You want to see 24K with the boys. We're chilling here. Well, you could say a lot of tech. Yeah, there's a lot that could be subjective, right? Because no one's going to draw this trend line exactly the same. It's zones, right? Support and resistance are zones. Support and resistance are zones, right? If I'm going to look at this and say, this is resistance, there's no exact, right? It's not exact. This is not exact. If you want an exact, you'll pull your hair out trying to be exact here in these markets. You could say is this considered a sell order block? A sell order block? Is this a sell order block up here? Order block, sell candle, engulfed by a buy candle if I have an impulsive move to the upside. Order blocks, I'm gonna say, can be bullish and bearish. You know what, Dakota? Technicals are fine, but if you do not have the proper risk management for risk, nothing matters if you don't have proper risk management. Nothing matters in these markets. Technical analysis, ICT, ABC, 1, 2, 3. None of that stuff matters if you can't practice good risk management. Gold woke up. Yeah, gold's starting to sell off a little bit. The pump of the... You like that? Huh? You like that one? All right, we're getting some more. Man, I love this. I love seeing these setups. Have that on TV. You got that PS. Is that PS4? Is that PS4 right? That's the PS5. On the TV. On the television, Riley. On the television. Name? No. Nope. I use technical analysis. So much stuff. It's just been repackaged, in my opinion. Technicals for the win. And here's another one. Mac, TopstepTV, hashtag slow markets. That's a sick setup. Can you just tell us when to buy and sell? No. Nope. I wish. Maybe you guys could tell me where to buy and sell. How do we add a second chart on Topstep X? I can't find it anywhere. Right here. Right here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can select that layout. Looking for some shorts long at the moment. I'm watching the NASDAQ. This isn't the NASDAQ. I'm watching gold. I'm just going to see if gold could turn around maybe these 93 levels. Maybe these 93 levels, we can see gold turn around for a nice little scalp. But at the top of the hour, we're at the top of the hour, so let's see if this volatility starts to come in. I'm going to watch it. Analysis by paralysis. Let's watch. We'll see if we get a nice bounce. Nice bounce here. Or if we just sell off. Coach is wearing wet red. Don't. If I'm wearing a different color, it means nothing. It means nothing. Yeah, you could do that. You can have different tickers. You could just link them, whether the charts are linked or not. Right, link settings right there. We were bouncing off that 93 level. That's where we were bounced. That's where we bounced the other day on right at the top of the hour. I'm going to continue to watch it. We'll see. We'll see if there's a good entry. I'm going to watch to see how these technicals, we're going to see if this order block down here got filled. Did I use that right? Did I use the word order block? I'm looking at, let's see. Can someone in the chat let me know? Did I use that right? it's so close. They're so similar. It's like, yeah. No, I didn't. I didn't use that one, right? Someone said I did. I'm a chart technician. Okay. Buyers held that 93 order block. Have you ever used a 3-bar reversal on a large time frame like the 1 hour during day trading? Yes, I have. I've used 3-bar reversals. It doesn't really matter the time frame. Markets are fractal. And so a 3-bar reversal in the 5-minute is very similar to it's you looked at basically the same as an hourly chart. The main difference is, of course, the time, right? The time frame. Buy and sell, told you. A chartist, kind of like a shootist in the Old West. A chartist, chartician. Gold trap, Futures Inc. I've done that before. We got Coach Hoop here. Everyone loves to use the liquidity sweep line as well. Liquidity sweep. I've never heard that. Liquidity sweep line. Pepe Pro. No. I got the chat fired up on order blocks. We got going on the order blocks, okay? That's a trigger word here for slow markets. Order blocks. We 3-bar is best on close of candle, Greg says. You've tested it, you tried it. Dakota, are you winning the Combine Challenge? I don't know. We're gonna find out. To me, it's not over till it's over, right? Until the Combine Challenge, that first milestone, you never know what could happen. Sounds like we know what's going on. I could make it sound like we know what the heck we're doing, but in reality, do any of us really know? Do any of us know what we're doing? We are, once again, I said this is my VIP team. Let's try and wrap our head around something. DBA concepts. Are you ready for this? Who's ready for some DBA concepts in the chat? We're gonna dive in depth. We're gonna go in depth. Some depth, in depth, deep DBA concepts. This is for everybody. We're gonna go in deep. Take out a pen and pencil, paper, pen, pencil, and all that. We're gonna go deep. We're gonna do here. And while I do that, let me get something. I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna share this with everybody. McLovin, where are you at? Where are you at, McLovin? Take a look at that link. There is a link if you want to come on Topstep TV. Here is that casting call. So in the YouTube chat, there is a link. If you want to come on Topstep TV or have a chance to join me in slow markets, I am sending out a personal invite right there for you, McLovin, and others who wants to join. Go in there, fill it out, and we could have some good conversation. And I mean, let's dive in depth of something that I talked about a little bit in my VIP team. And it's something that we need to realize where we're at in this market. Coach Hoop, I know you're going to love this conversation that we're about to have while we watch gold. We are athletes. Yes. Regardless of what you want to think, we are athletes. We are athletes in I was going to say not one of. We are athletes of the most competitive competition in the world. That's a fact. There is not a marketplace. There is not a competition that is as competitive as the world's biggest financial markets that we trade here on Topstep day in, day out, and what you're seeing. We are athletes. Yes, Doc. We are. We need to prepare like athletes mentally, right? We need to follow a process. We need to understand that we are in one of the world's most competitive markets. This is more competitive than anything else. We have participants that are spending millions, if not billions of dollars to compete in this market, right? And with algorithms, with bots, with, professional traders, quants, traders with masters, scientists, right? Rocket scientists. We are athletes in this market, and we need to treat ourselves, and we need to treat what we're doing here in these markets like so. We need to have that routine. We need to not just half-ass it, right? Wake up, half-ass it. No, that's the wrong mindset. We need to be as disciplined. I struggle with it sometimes. You guys get to see me. Sometimes I'll get a little lazy, half-ass it a little bit, and then the world the NASDAQ just runs you over, rocks your world, right? And there's no judge, right? The NASDAQ is the judge, or the market is the judge. It's going to tell you whether you've been following your process or you haven't, right? You can't argue. You can't argue with the market. Like, you know what? I was sick, right? I was feeling sick, so it wasn't my fault. No. This is the competitive market that we've chose to do, and we have the financial freedom that we are working towards, and that's how it is. It's an interesting concept to wrap your head around, how big these financial markets are and how competitive it is. It really is interesting, and you really have to think about it like that. Train like an athlete. If you blow your account, you have no one else to blame. We're competing at the end of the day. The judge, the jury, and the executioner. yeah. The markets, that's what they are. Exactly. We have our decisions that we have to make, and we have to live with those. Doc says, if you trade like an athlete, you're ego-driven. No, Doc, that's wrong. No. Athletes are not ego-driven. At least shouldn't be, right? Ego is the downfall of so many athletes. But man, there are some amazing athletes where you could have a little bit of ego, but you don't let that ego get into your trading. Athletes, you stay healthy, you practice, you have that discipline day in, day out. I get what you're trying to say, Doc, where your Doc capital is that you're saying, athletes are ego driven. Not really. You look at professional boxers, right? Fighters, you can't let your ego get in the way. You need to be disciplined. We're athletes. Yep. And I could probably go on for another hour talking about athletes of the marketplace. Athletes of the marketplace, one of the most competitive sports in this world. We might not be the best athlete, okay? But that's our goal. We want to become better. We're competing against ourselves, and the market's the judge. The market's the judge. Athletes are not the same. Sponsored by Pro Skier. I will give you one for the room. How many contracts in a day does a CMA clear their platform? I don't know. It depends on the day, Hoop, right? And it depends on what product. Are you talking about all products? Mo says, can we take performance enhancing drugs or substances? I don't know. I got some protein and creatine. If that helps me become a better trader and it's legal, I'm for it. You want to treat yourself healthy, right? Healthy mind, healthy everything. Where did McLovin go? I miss him already. Once again, there's that form. There's that form in the YouTube chat. If you want to join, if you want to join me, if you want to join TopstepTV on Come On Air, do it. Click on that form. Take a look at it. Fill it out. It's a casting call for TopstepTV. Fill it out, and yeah, there you have it. Jacob says, I blew my XFA Monday. I was too emotional, not using proper risk management. Back to the drawing board. You have to identify where you made a mistake, and that's a good part of it, Jacob. If you're able to identify it, that's a big step. Silver's breaking out. Gold's kind of hovering. I would be okay with the longs here. I would be okay with the longs here in gold. Yeah, creatine's good for the brain. Yep, I take 5 milligrams or 5 grams or whatever a day. I'm getting a little FOMO on this long gold. I'm getting a little FOMO. I'm not gonna lie. I am feeling FOMO. Dang it! I am feeling some FOMO. I was looking for gold to turn around at 93s. It turned around on 93s, and I did not get in, and I did not get that opportunity. Don't do it. No, I'm not going to do it. I got less than $400, and then I'll have 5 XFAs. 5 XFAs. Combine counter. Working out good. Working good on the combine counter. Don't trade. No trades. No trades. Okay. Like I said, patience. Process over profits. I'm so close to passing these combines. I'll have, then I'll be in 5 XFAs. If you want an update, Lido, tune in tomorrow. TopstepTV. I'll be on air tomorrow morning during fast markets. Me, Baron, Doom, and you'll get some updates there. If not, you'll get some updates on the social media. Like there's my Instagram right there at the top. Gold is marching to 3,400. I could see gold getting to 3,400. Well, dang. Okay. We're almost there. That FOMO is real, chat. Yeah, it's process over profits. Process over profits. Following the process is key in anything. Yeah, I think a lot of traders and a lot of people, maybe they don't understand the true meaning of it. Process over profits, right? You develop a process. Doesn't matter whether you're trading 1 micro or 10 minis. It's the same process. Oh, there's some order blocks. There's some order blocks at 33.94. Someone says in the ES. Just like position over submission. I hope I think I know what you're referring to. No FOMO. No FOMO here, coach. At Frank, what'd I miss? Thank you, Bruno. Don't do it. Don't do it. I was up 411 today, but back down to 1700. Slow day. There's nothing wrong with a scratch day. No trade is also a trade. It's valid. It's valid to not place trades. Often, More often than not, no trade is the best trade. You just wait. You be patient. There's better opportunities in this market. Wait for the pop. Wait for the pop. That gold trade. That was the banger tonight right there. That gold trade. It's not just about discipline. You've got to stay hungry, remain humble, and keep your motivation burning strong. It's important. There's a graphic I want to show you actually. Let me show you a graphic. Let's see if I could find it. I posted it. And I think a good point of it is consistency versus intensity. Let me make sure I get this. This is one I have on file. I need to get these files to where I have them a little quicker. I could pull them up a little quicker. But here's the big difference between this. This is important for traders. Consistency versus intensity. Where it looks good at the very beginning, right? You get super motivated. You wake up, you're very hyped. Maybe you drink an energy drink and you're ready to go. And you're on fire, right? The very first week, maybe you have statistics that look like this, right? First week, man, absolutely amazing trading, good week's worth of data. You know, what is this? A week and a half. Amazing. You're on fire. You're burning bright, right? Week number 2, it's a little less. Week number 3, a little less than that. And then week number 4, you're just blown. You're just gone. You're dead. You burnt out. You went too fast. You were very motivated, but then on the bottom, you're just consistent, right? You know, $200 a day, $200 a day, $200 a day, $200 a day, versus like passed in a day. I passed my combine. I have an XFA on the very first day, right? And then how you did a little bit better, and then you just blow your accounts, right? That is the perfect example of intensity. I see it in my VIP. I seen it last year. I seen it in the last VIP. I see it in traders all the time. You're probably going to see it tomorrow. Coach, like I said, Coach Jay is going to join me tomorrow night, and we're going to review some trader statistics. And that's kind of how it goes. You'll see some amazing statistics and some traders that show great statistics for the first week. And it looks like if you would do that every week, you're going to make like $1 million in like 3 months because it looks good. But then the next thing you know, by the end of the month, they've blown their XFA. And that's being compared to someone who's just looking for base hits, like $200-300 a day, I'm happy. You know, $200-300 a day, I'm happy. Just consistent. And then you're looking at, you know, it's a marathon, right? Marathon versus a sprint. You try and run 100% in the middle of a race, you're going to get burned out. I mean, you could do that with any sport analogy. We talk about markets being one of the biggest competitions. We're athletes. Any athlete that gets burnt out, that they could go and they could perform really well the first quarter, the first inning, the first round, the first whatever, and then they just get worn out near the end of the game. By the time it's fourth quarter, they're done. But that consistency is beyond important in any aspect of trading. And from my experience, right? XFA. So that's a good graphic. I like it. Aren't we ranging in gold since April? We've been ranging in gold for a while. Yep, if you missed it, you could tune to the very beginning of the slow markets. I did a top-down analysis at the beginning of every slow markets. That's, you know, it's important to show up on time. I do a top-down analysis. I look at the daily and I go over, you know, my analysis on a daily chart, and then I'll zoom in on the hourly chart. For example, the daily, we've been on a range here in gold, and I break it down a little bit and zoom in. So if you've missed it, beautiful thing about the YouTube is it is recorded, and yeah, there you have it. Okay, let's see. We're getting a little bit of a push back down here in gold. So let's see if this is back down to these 97s. If we can hold this level, I might look for a long. I might look for a one contract long. We'll see. This is the big question, right? Is this a reversal? Or is this just a pullback and a continuation down based off of what we were seeing earlier? That's the question. Is this a reversal or is this just a pullback? You never know until after the fact. Gold is starting, and this is the NASDAQ. We're starting to get a little bit of a pullback down here in the NASDAQ. Maybe we come back down and test the session lows. Maybe we can come down and test these 20s here in the NASDAQ. See if we could get this here in the gold. It's looking more like it was a pullback. You're gonna watch it. Be patient. Okay, it says Tom. Okay, Tom, let me make sure I understand this. That bounce off of gold in the 5-minute at 33.98.8. 33.98.8 is a good example of an order block. I wish I saw what you saw. Yeah, gold selling right back off. Yeah, we just sold right back off. So it looks like this was the initial move. And now with some more hindsight, this is a pullback. And so now do we see that continuation back down through these lows? When was the video I did over gold? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I do it every single night for slow markets. Every single night for slow markets. At the beginning of slow markets, I'll review NASDAQ and I'll review gold. Every single night. Sunday night through Thursday night. Jay joins me on Mondays and Wednesdays. Baron joins me on Thursdays. And yeah. Order block is pretty much supply and demand area. Yeah, I'm getting close. Getting close to passing these combines. Gold is starting to sell off. Gold is heavy. DXY moving. All right, let's see if we could get a bounce. And I might hop into this short for a push down to these 80s. These 380s. If we get a nice little bounce up to these 94s. We might just go through it. We might just sell off here. We might just sell off. All right, let's do this. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get, can we get 35? I'll be okay with 35, 34. See if we could get a little push lower. Let's see if we get a push lower. This would be a breakdown trade. Breakdown trade, getting in with momentum. We bounced off 93s. Let's see if we could have a breakthrough. Getting in with the momentum. We did not buy this dip. We sold the dip. Risking 370. Risking 370. Coach Jay, yeah, I'm just following the... Hey, if we pass tonight, we pass. If we pass, we pass, right? Let's get it. Doom Lord. We... like the Andre energy over 3 points. Okay, you know, this is more than just 3 points. Okay, this is a trade. A trade, the setup in and of itself. Exclusive Vid says, my stop will be hit. Short the low, buy the high. Well, we shorted the low. Will we buy the high is the question. Is this the low? Or is this... Yeah, maybe this is the low. Bouncing off those 93s again. We bounced off that order block. You're still rooting for me. Is the stop loss the correct entry? You never know, right? Down 150. NQ selling. And oh, we take a peek at the NASDAQ. Yeah, and NQ looking like we're gonna march down there to those 20s. GC gold. Come on. Let's see if we get back down there to those 93s. Storm says, why in the world did you get in at a previous support? Well, I told you exactly what I was doing and when I did it and why I was doing it. Getting in with momentum, looking for a break, and we did not break. We bounced. That's why I have my stop loss where it's at. And that's why it's only one contract. I may have been late to the party. Do you know how many times I watch gold just sell off like this? We watch gold just keep going, right? And if let me just do a hypothetical. Come on, chat. You're in for hypotheticals, right? These backseat drivers. If I was to short here, right here in gold, let's look. Let's just do this hypothetical because we broke down. Let's just say we broke through here. I shorted here, and it looks like I shorted the low, right? But then if the market keeps going, and I get a 1-to-1, then oh damn, right? You got in with the trend. You got in with the momentum. It's called a breakdown trade, and then it looks good. But then if we bounce, it doesn't look too good, right? If we bounce and it looks like you sold the low, but if we keep going, like okay, you know. Did you really sell the low if it keeps on going lower? It's like all-time highs. Look at the NASDAQ today. If you bought an all-time high, you might look at that and say, oh my gosh, look at this person. He just bought NASDAQ hitting an all-time high. But then if it keeps just going higher, and it just keeps going higher, you know, is it the all-time high if it keeps going higher? That's why you put risk. That's why everything's risk, right? There's risk in everything we do. That's why we have a stop loss. That's why I'm okay with risking $370. Say if I'm wrong, I'll lose $370. Why not get in on the pullback? Well, how do you know there's going to be a pullback? Right? How do we know there's going to be a pullback on these sell-offs? Right? Like, look at some of these sell-offs on gold when we do break, especially during this session. Right? Look at this. I want to look at this one, for example. When we broke down right here, there was no pullback. Right? There was no pullback on this. Which this one, I was wrong. This one, it looks like I was wrong. So I take the $370 loss. Oh no, I don't know if I'm going to recover from this one. I'll do it again though, if we could go back to it. That order block got me down here at 93. Dang it. Dang it, Doomlord. Now I'm $600 away from passing. No, $700 away from passing. Dang it. Everything's failed. Maybe a reverse head and shoulders on the way? I mean, who knows? Maybe stop loss. Maybe stop loss. Maybe stop loss was a better entry. Exclusive vids came in here and said my stop loss is going to get hit. Better luck next time. Come again. All right. Don't mind getting in this again. I'm going to get into this again. I still like shorts in gold. Looking for these 80s. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Someone says Dakota's tilting. You don't know. You don't know anything yet. You haven't seen tilt. Tilt for Dakota is not $300. Maybe that, Mo. Maybe the losses feel so much bigger because I'm close to passing. Could that be it? We're just going on tilt with one contract. Who missed slow markets last night? What's my worst tilt? My worst tilt. If tilt was one contract, I'm on tilt. Man, if my tilt was one contract, I would probably have a much bigger bank account, and I would have became a trader at like the age of 17, 18. The carry trade last summer was pretty crazy. My biggest tilt. Oof, you got me thinking now. Yeah, we might not break these 93s. I might just get out of this one. Tell me about it. I was so close to passing a combine and blew it. I've seen it. I've seen traders come within a few $100s and blow it by going on tilt. All right, I'm getting out of that one early. I'm getting out of that one. Minus 596 today. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 567 one day. 596 today. Dirt Poor says, I was within $20 from passing and blew it. Oh, no. Don't say that. That would put me on tilt. And now we just watch and wait. I accidentally closed the combine. I was $200 away from passing. Oof. Dakota, you're not too late to longs. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I still like the shorts. When I'm close, I take the day off. Try $2. It's worse than it's super low. Let's see. I might wait. I might wait. If we end up holding... We did hold these 93s for a second time. Is this a double bottom that we seen yesterday? Right? Once, twice. We held it there. We held it again. And we're just holding it again. So there's actually a decent chance that we come back up to these 402, 403 levels. AJ, to trade live and to shut out the noise and stick to the process is much more work than battling your own tilt. Yeah, sometimes you just have to deal with the fans in the YouTube chat. You've reset a combine accidentally. This pattern looks nasty now. It's not much of a pattern. We just held those 93s again. And we could blow up through these 34s. Is NASDAQ down to those 20s? NASDAQ could get down to these 20s. have trained myself well enough that I do not need the lockout. I'm vigilant for feeling off tilt. Good. That's how it should be, right? But here at Topstep and all the audience, we have traders that are brand new, and I think it's important for traders to see using the lockout. Like, why would someone use the lockout? And when they use it, what's it look like? And why the lockout could be very important for new traders. That order block got me, Trader Academy. We're going. We had that nice sell off and then just bounced. Gold revisit the highs. It's looking like it now. We held that too strong. We looked like we was going to break through these 93s. We didn't. We failed. I tried 2 attempts at it, minus 596. And it looks like we could revisit these highs up here at these 404s. So my next trade is now long. I'm no longer short biased. I am no longer short biased. My short bias went away after we started breaking back through these 97s. Daily, my original bias was long, right? And then we completely sold off. And now we're right back up there. We're right back up to the this chop, man. This is some chop. Whatever institution was doing those volume spikes needs to show back up. Yeah, I cut it. That's the importance of a stop loss. Minus $500, $600. If we could get a pullback down to these 97s, I might get into a long. If not, then I just go, wait, I'll just be done for the night. You never lose anything. What do you mean? You never lose anything. Yeah, I was looking for these 80s. I would have loved to see this market retest these 80s. We just didn't. Dakota, you see that too? I see what? I think you could regroup and lock out for now. That was one trade. Rick G, you'll miss me in fast markets. I'll be on fast markets tomorrow morning. See if we pass these combines. Gold's just going to run now. Back up to these 403s. Dakota, will you only be trading gold? No. Nope. Gold and the NASDAQ. I haven't really seen much on the NASDAQ other than maybe a retest of these 20s, which we might be getting, but it's been look slow and choppy. It's not any better than gold, to be honest. Gold's a little bit better price action tonight. And that's grasping at numbers. Let's see. I could see one more trade before the end of tonight. And that might, if we can't get down to these 97s, we're coming up on time. I will be starting fast markets tomorrow morning down 590. Dakota, I've literally been listening to you while stargazing, looking for promised comets in the sky. Interesting. Interesting there. Do you not like to see indicators? Indicators to me is noise. I just locked out. Done till morning. Great work. How old am I, bro? I get that question on the daily. You can look up my yeah, how old do you think I am? And that's how old I am. You're probably right. What about volume profile, order book, or the DOM? I'll look at the DOM, but I won't trade out based off of it. Try looks meteor shower, not comet shower. Yeah, look at chat guessing in there. I'm about 24. Yeah, about 24. 24 is close enough. John Wick, Kendall, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I'm 24 now, man. Chat is guessing 28. All right, we're consolidating here at these 90s. No, I think I call it. I might be okay with a long to push back up to these 402s, but nah, we're just. I think I might just call it a session. Be down 500, 590. So we're still within reach. Can we get to the past combines tomorrow morning? Maybe past the combines tomorrow morning. A little less than $1,000 now. Minus 596. Yeah, we're gonna see. Let's go. Oh, come on. Let's go here. What a market. You can do it. Hey, it's a marathon, not a sprint, chat. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Trust me. Trust me. Okay, I think that's it, chat. Tuesdays and Thursdays have been cutting it a little bit early, and I'm not seeing anything set up. Remember, there's that link in the chat for the trader casting call for Topstep TV. If you want to come on air, come on to Topstep TV. And then there's links to social. I've been posting updates along the way. Obviously, tuning in for slow markets. I will be on for fast markets tomorrow morning. Me, Baron, Doom. It's going to be a good one. We'll see if there's going to be the opportunities to pass this. Like I said, I'm taking this thing slow. If I pass it tomorrow, maybe. If I pass it the next day, maybe. You just never know. Process over profits. So, yeah, this was a good one. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you bright and early, fast markets tomorrow morning. Be there. Take care. Bye.